Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are switching gears. Hold on a second. I'm gonna push it back a little further. That there's more of me, I guess. We're switching gears. How are we switching gears? Welcome to another reading vlog. I had to scrap the other one. We're not gonna talk about it. I'm upset. Okay, I'm not happy with what happened. Was it my fault? Partly, yes. However, it's okay. It's okay. I will get it eventually. So, what are we doing? We are starting another reading vlog. Okay? We're starting another reading vlog. And this time around, instead of giving myself a page-based goal, we are going to do a time-based goal. Because I find that sometimes that's easier. So, we're going to decide together, I guess. Or I'm going to decide and then you're going to see my decision anyways. We're going to decide together. So, option A is that I read for an allotted time. So let's say I read for 30 minutes. I read for an hour. I read for an hour, 30 minutes. I read for 2 hours. The next option is spinning a wheel with, we're going to say 15-minute increments, because ain't nobody got time to read for 8 hours. So it's going to be 15, 30, 45, an hour 15, an hour 30, an hour 45, 2 hours. We'll do 2:15 and 2:30. Okay? So I spin a wheel, blah, blah, blah. Another option is I read based on my screen time. Read based on screen time, which it could work because I made it so that my phone doesn't count apps like my camera app into my screen time, because I need I don't have an external camera. I don't have another camera. So I kind of have to use my phone to that extent. So I'll read based on screen time from previous week. Another option is I just mood read. It's not time-based, but yeah, so we've got 4 options. I'm leaning more towards I just read for an allotted time. Like I read for 30 minutes or an hour. Those are the ones that I'm more inclined to do, because I feel like those are the easiest to do. Right now I need easy. Right now I need easy. I need easy very badly. And this has to be something, it has to be either a fiction, a classic, or a non-fiction, which encompasses literally everything that I read. However, I cannot take notes. I can annotate, but as far as nonfiction especially, I cannot take notes in notebooks or on my computer or whatever, because this is actually my nonfiction notebook, but that's beside the point. So what are we thinking? I mean, the one with the spinning wheel could be fun, although I might just forget to do it straight up. And if I get 2 hours, that's rough. That would be rough. Plus, again, I don't have an external camera, so I'd have to use either my tablet or my computer or my phone or whatever, right? It would be really difficult to do it. So I think I'm just gonna do I read for an allotted time, and I think we're gonna do 1 hour. So conclusion is that I read for an hour every day. We are Wednesday, June 17th. And the end date is going to be literally next week. Next Wednesday. I'm not kidding. 24th of June. Wednesday, June 24th. We've got it down to a science, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the question is, what am I reading? What am I reading? The question is, what am I reading? The answer to that is I don't really have an answer to that. The problem with me not having an answer to that is Now we're back at square one. What can I read? What can I read? What can I read? I don't even have it on there. I have it on my laptop. Hold on. Hold on. Bear with me here. Hello. Why is it not opening? Open. I wrote it down somewhere, didn't I? Did. I'm always writing things down. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I read Red City, and I'm reading Sabriel right now. So we're gonna read Sabriel. MMS clearly. We're going to read Sabriel. I'm like 67 pages through, so. And then we're going to read. I wanted to read. What did I want to read? The Tainted Cup. That's what I wanted. The Tainted Cup. I want to do 4 in this one. We might really want to read Seek the Traitor's Son. Seek the Traitor's Son and Heart of the Naga. Heart of the Naga. I wonder if Seek the Traitor's Son could go for one of my fantasy TBRs. Fantasy Bingo TBR prompts. For the fantasy bingo, what am I saying? For the fantasy bingo prompts. I can't speak clearly. All right. Well, welcome to this vlog. We're going to be reading for an hour every day, starting today, and I'm going to try to get through 4 books in the next week, which should be fairly doable considering I'm a fairly fast reader. I can knock out a little over 100 pages in an hour, so we should be good. I just have to, hunker down. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get ready to skedaddle out of here because I have to go catch the train. Yeah, welcome to this vlog. I'm going to try to do stuff like 50% in and then kind of like at the end 50% and thoughts. Just to streamline this, but you guys know me. I like to yap. Anyways, with that being said, welcome to this vlog. Thanks for helping me out here. Yeah, I'm going to gather my things, and I'm going to skedaddle the hell out of here to catch the train, and I will be reading on the train. So, there's that. Ooh, that did not feel good. I would not recommend doing that. Whatever the hell that was. Anyways, I will see you for the rest of the video. Hello, this is an update. So it is why did I write Thursday? Hold on. Yesterday was Wednesday, today's Thursday. Oh my God. Because I was thinking of like today, because I'm writing it today, but I'm writing for yesterday anyways. So yesterday I continued Sabriel and I started on page 67. I finished on page 192. Which brings us to a total of 125 pages. And before y'all are like, how did you read 125 pages in an hour? I might have not read it in an hour. I might have read it in roughly an hour 15 because at some point I paused the timer because I found that I was texting one of my friends and I didn't want the timer to continue going. So I paused the timer and then I was reading and then checking my phone. So I was still reading pretty consistently and in chunks. I'll read 10 pages and then I'll check my phone, that kind of thing. But I forgot to unpause the timer at some point. So I was stuck at 45 minutes for a while. And I'd say give or take 15 minutes. So I read for 125 pages. So what does that give? How does that calculate? Hold on. Oh my God, I have hiccups. That's 2 pages per minute. Tell me right. Why do I have hiccups? Brash ones did. That is very odd. Oh my God. I don't know why I got just like a hiccups. I don't know what that's about. Anyway, As for the part where I am in Sabriel. Oh my god, I hope this mic catches my voice. Anyways, as for the part where I am at Sabriel, they found Touchstone and they're heading to Belsier to try and find Sabriel's dad. And Touchstone, he's been in prison as a wooden statue for 200 years. So this is another take on a 200-something-year-old male character with a 17-year-old girl, which I find that so funny. Because Touchdown's 20-something at most. But yeah, I like that he's also a charter mate. One thing I like about this book, and I feel like it's because of the amount of stuff I hear about romantic books, but in a lot of romantic, there's this inherent, I guess, expectation that while the female lead has powers of some kind or is special in some way, she is almost always weaker than the man, and the man has to show her how to do stuff. And in So's case, yes, she is. No, she's not weaker. She's a fucking F person. So that's a whole other playfield. But I like how it puts Touchstone and Sabriel on the same level, because Sabriel, she's overcome with these emotions about what her father being in death could possibly mean for her, right? And she's the next Abhorsen. That's what it means. She's becoming the next titular Abhorsen, right? And she's going to be the next Abhorsen because her dad, at this point, her dad's gone, basically, right? But she hasn't accepted it. So there's snippets of motion that affects her charter magic. As an Abhorsen, she's decently powerful, just as an Abhorsen, right? But because of who her father is, and it's a familial thing, right? So to be born of the blood, it's not something you can, I guess, absorb, so to speak. But because of her father, it's in the way that he trained her, she's pretty damn powerful on her own. But I like that Touchstone, in a sense, gives her a little bit more power. He doesn't have to train her or anything. He aids her a little bit. He gives her a little boost, which I like, which is definitely something completely different to a lot of fantasy nowadays. But again, this was written in like the 90s. I'm going to search up, hold on. I'm going to search up when Sabriel was published. Because this is a 90s fantasy, 1995. And I wish there was a movie. There needs to be a movie. I'd love to have a movie. And I love the old cover. I don't like the new cover. I love the old cover because it really gives 90s fantasy. That's why I wasn't surprised that it was 90s fantasy. And something, I don't know, man. Something about this era of fantasy. And I don't know, I love it. There's something that really scratches an itch. It's great. Really great. I love Mogget. Mogget is this white cat who's a creature of free magic that Sabriel's father found, or one of the previous Abhorsens found him. And so he has to help be a Abhorsen. He's bound to help be a Abhorsen. And it's so good. Really good. I would just in general highly recommend the book. And I just love the world building's great. The characters are great. I don't know. I find the romance, for some, I guess, it might be a little quick. The romance between Sabriel and Touchstone really evolved really quickly. But given who Sabriel is and who Touchstone is at the end of the day, it's expected that they worked out, because this isn't particularly spoiled. Like, you expect them to be married at some point and have kids, right? Because of course, and again, it's a lineage thing, right? So Sabriel and Touchstone have to have kids in order to continue the bloodline, because then they're screwed if they don't continue the bloodline. There is a twist in Lyrio though, but I'm not going to talk about that. So I'm really enjoying my time. And am I kicking myself for not having read this in my teens? Yes, because this is true. It's such a fantastic series. It really is. And it's YA, which is even more surprising, because I think YA as a category didn't really exist too much at the time. And I don't know, I just love the subtle romance, I guess. And even though the book is it's a decent length. It's not too short and not too long. But even though there's not a lot of direct on-page, I guess, romance development in a sense, you can understand why Sabriel and Touchstone fell in love with each other. You get it, because they harbored this mutual respect for each other, and there's danger and stuff, and they protected each other. And I don't know, I just really like their dynamics. I find it's a sweet dynamic. I think it's very nice to read about, and I enjoy it. One of those romance subplots. It's very tiny. It's a very backseat. Like it's expected because they're both young, right? And it just works out for, I guess, the plot for the rest of the book, considering who Touchstone is. But anyways, that's my review so far. I will tell you what the percentage is. I'm not sure the percentage. 59% through. So I'm over halfway through, which is great because I was planning on giving you an update at 50% and 75% thoughts. So I will see you when I finish April. I'm gonna do my hour now, honestly. All right. I will see you later. Hello. I have updates. I have finished Sabriel. I read for an hour 5, I think. So, and the last page I was on, I don't remember what page I was on. Anyways, I finished Sabriel. There was another 100 and something pages read. 5 stars. Holy cow. It still hits. It's one of those that has become a definitive favorite, which is great. I love having definitive favorites. I do have to resist reading Lyriel, continuing the series. And by series, just the trilogy. I'm not talking about the prequel or the sequels or whatever, just Sabriel, Lyriel, and of course, and there we go. Really enjoyed my time. Now, the next thing is I have to figure out what I'm going to read next. So that'll be fun to figure out. But what did I want to do? I will figure out what I'm going to do next, or what I'm going to read next, if I'm going to continue reading today. Because I did my 1 hour, right? So it's like, I did my 1 hour. So do I continue? Just not really talk about it? That would be stupid. What's the point of a reading vlog? Anyways, I don't know if I'm going to read more today, but finish the book in 2 days. Crazy. Not even 2 days. Not even. Anyways, 5 stars. Just like the first time around. Really enjoyed it. It was just as creepy in the first part as the first time around. So, highly recommend. Anyways, I'm gonna do stuff on my laptop, I guess. I'll figure it out. Anyways, I will see you in the next update. I haven't read today, but we will be doing that literally right now. I'm gonna put on the timer. I can't show it to you because I'm literally using my phone as the timer. It's like a video with a timer. It's the same one I used yesterday. And then I'm gonna read for the hour. I'm gonna start like now because the train's coming in a little bit. so then I don't necessarily have to read on when I'm waiting for the Uber or whatever. So why do I look so yellow? I think it's the lighting here. I hate the lighting here. I look so yellow. No, why do I look jaundiced? Anyways, I shall start. We are reading The Tainted Cup by Robert Jackson Bennett because I've heard good things and I really want to read it. And I feel I'm getting FOMO, guys. I feel I'm getting FOMO. Anyways, hello. It is Saturday and I have a small update for you. So I started The Tainted Cup as seen in the beginning portions of this vlog, so to speak, and I reached about page 117. However, the caveat here is I don't know for how long exactly I read yesterday, because when I was coming home, I think I at one point stopped the YouTube video that I was playing that had the timer because it was like sounds, so it was like blocking out all the noise. Thankfully it didn't actually start raining, but playing that 60-minute rain sound video, and then I stopped at some point, and I don't think I continued it. So I might have read for maybe 45 minutes. I don't know, but it definitely, I don't think it was a full hour. So I just don't know for how long I read. So with that being said, I have to do my 1 hour literally right now at 10 o'clock. So we start on page 117 and we continue. I have a feeling this one's going to take me a little longer, so I have a feeling that I'm going to finish this one on Monday because it's a much longer book than Sabriel is. Let me see. It doesn't want to tell me how many pages there are. It says 411 pages. Sabriel was about 330 pages. Also, this is an adult mystery fantasy, and that one was a YA fantasy, so that one was definitely easier to read. But anyways, so we start on page 117 at 10 p.m. and I'm gonna put on a silly little 1 hour YouTube video and then we shall read. I don't think I'm gonna do any time lapses because I'm literally in PJs and there's a chance that I might fall asleep, so who knows. But I'm just gonna put on a silly little timer video and that's that.
Somebody outside?
I don't think so, I'm not sure. No, just leave the door unlocked just in case Papa's outside. I don't know what Papa is. I'm gonna call it a night. I might continue reading in bed, but I have a feeling I'm gonna tab out real fast. So I had 20 minutes left, so I read for about 40 minutes and I'm on page 175. So I read 60-ish pages, give or take, which for 40 minutes, that tracks. I think I was just like reading slower just because I'm tired. I will catch you tomorrow and hopefully I will do my reading a little earlier than usually do. Also, I have to charge this. Oh no, I'm at 32%. Never mind, I'm good. Okay, I'm gonna skedaddle off to bed. Where are my glasses? And I will see you tomorrow. I'm really enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. I like when there's a little bit of plant horror. I like that. Not when it's like Eldritch horror level, plant horror or whatever. It's gotten dark. But I like it when there's a little bit of horror. I find that interesting what people can do with it. So take that off charge. Right. Good night. Please do not judge my egg cracking skills. Thank you very much. I overcooked it. Whoopsies. That one's overcooked. Well, it's not y'all know I hate having the big light on almost as much as you probably hate seeing me with the big light on. Anyways, to everyone and perhaps no one's surprised at all, I finished the Tainted Cup. I finished it. I really enjoyed it. Definitely very Sherlock Holmes, Watson-esque, all that good stuff. Very fun. Good time. I had a good time. Kept me on my toes. I wanted to continue reading. I couldn't stop reading. So, great in that sense. However, I think I just may have read too many mysteries this year to the point where I've only read 3, if we really think about it. I've read the Agatha Christie and I read the 2 Alice Feeney's. Those are mystery thrillers. Anyway, that's besides the point. But like, I feel like I've read too many in the span of the last 6 months that I'm almost like catching on to who the culprit is. So that's why that's why it's not a 5-star. It didn't take me by surprise. Because I kind of said it. I was like, I don't know, halfway through the book at this point. Not even halfway through. I don't remember how far I was through the book, but I was reading it. I was like, oh, it's probably this guy, this person. And I was correct. I just didn't say it out loud to the camera. So you guys have no way of knowing. Just trust me that I said it. Okay, this is why again, I enjoyed it. It was a good time. I had a blast. However, it was nothing particularly mind-boggling, I think. It's nothing like mind-blowing, so to speak. I really enjoyed it. I liked the character of Anna. I liked the character of Din. I liked their dynamic. That was definitely something fresh, so to speak. I don't think you read those dynamics very often anymore. I liked the writing style. I liked the pace that this was going. There was never really a boring part. I wasn't really bored. The descriptions were very well balanced. I'm one of those people that there's too many descriptions that could get bored, but that aside, it has to be done in a very specific way for me to not get bored. But the descriptions were done very well. Just overall, I had a pretty solid time. So 4.75 stars. I'm gonna pull up my laptop because I gotta put it into Goodreads. Oh, you know what else I can do? Sorry, I'm just gonna put this way. I finished my ice cream. Ouch! That pinched me. Son of a gun. Let's do, what are we doing? What is it called? The Tainted Cup. And, oh, you know what else I can do? I don't know what else I can do. Sorry. Hold on a second. Sorry. One thing at a time, Mila. One thing at a time. So today, I started it on Friday, which was the 19th, I believe. Sunday today. Update, and it's going to be 4.75. Hold on a second. Why is it making me sign in? So now I can say that I read The Tainted. Where is it? There it is. Hold on. I finished it today. There we go. Right. Do I have The Tainted Cup as one of my The Tainted? Aha! That's another one from that list. That's red, which is great. The Tainted. Perfecto. Cool. I don't know what that is. 45 in 1 month. We're not gonna talk about it. Oh my god, we're not gonna talk about it. It was a wild time, guys. It was a wild time to think that I could read 45 books in 1 month. Unread archives. I could put that I read another book from my shelves. Hell yeah, let's go. I think that's it. That's not what I wanted. Where's my Excel spreadsheet? Sorry guys, I'm a little scattered right now.
If teen girls are old enough to give birth, then...
Thank you very much.
Hello everyone, welcome. Today I
Okay, that's fun. That's another thing I have to do tomorrow. That's fun. To shift all those days then. Whatever, I give up. The Tainted Cup. I was nominated for the Goodreads Choice Awards. I know that. Who won that year? Is it another fucking Sarah J Maas? Because if it was, I'm gonna lose it. It was TJ Klune. You've gotta be kidding me. TJ Klune won? You gotta be kidding me. Tainted Cup was really low. Well, it was going against Lee Bardugo and Jake Kristoff. There was no chance. And TJ Klune. There's no chance it was gonna win. No chance it was gonna be even a tiny bit close to winning. How far am I behind for 75 books? 3 books until I'm back on track. Oh, hold on. Oh, you know what I read this for? You know what I could have... You know what? It counts as our fantasy bingo TBR. Hell yeah. I knew this. I knew it was part of it. I just didn't remember exactly what it was part for. Anyways, you guys get what I mean, right? Do I have for my TBRs? I do not have it for my TBRs. It's okay. That's alright. And now we're gonna put my third June read. Hell yeah, let's go. Oh darn, hold on. Tainted. Not gonna read a Tainted Cup. What do Leviathans look like? Can someone draw me what a Leviathan looks like? I don't know what a Leviathan looks like exactly. I'm on my phone. Never mind. I'm filming on my phone. I keep forgetting I film with my phone to check something about. Okay, we are 3 books into June now, so yay! Thankfully, these have all been absolute certifiable bangers, but I think I'm back. We are back, baby. Anyways, what was the... Hold on. So many things. Alright, the trusty dusty notebook that I had at the beginning of the video where I wrote down how many pages I read each day, but I don't have access to that information at the moment because... Why do I not have the access? Because I texted it to my cousin and I don't have access to the text because I'm literally filming on my phone. This is the problem with filming on your phone. People are like, you can start filming on your phone. You can totally start a YouTube channel and all that stuff and film on your phone. The problem is when everything is literally on your phone. Anyways, Tainted Cup. So I started 19th of June to 21st of June and I gave this 4.75 stars. Which, yes. And then, if my Kindle decides to turn on, we are at 10%. This is how you know that I was reading a lot, because I've stopped turning off the Wi-Fi. But anyways, our next book is Seek the Traitor's Son. I think I have that somewhere. Do I have that? Seek. I do. Slay. Hold on a second. On the side. Let me just flip it around. Alright, I will likely start this tomorrow. I don't think I'll start today, necessarily. 66 chapters. Oh my god. Oh no, we're not on a different planet. This is Earth. This is slightly different names. Interesting. No, I'm not going to start it because I have to let it charge a little bit. But I do have to... hold on. Where's my information? Thursday, Friday, June 19th book. At least I can fill out some stuff. Start, finish, total, side note, the Tainted Cup. Saturday, June 20th book. Start, finish, total, side note. There we go. And then today, Sunday, June
First book, start, and total. Side note. Do I calculate just what I read within that first hour? Because I know what I read within that first hour. Like, I know the start and end pages. I just don't know how much I've read in that hour. But, like, do I calculate all that I've... Okay, you know what? I'm just going to add it as a side note that I actually finished it. Thanks, guys, for helping me out with that decision. I know it's a very... I don't know, it's not a very reaction heavy vlog. I think that's because I don't really know half the time what I'm supposed to really be like, I don't know when to film, because every time I set up to do like a time lapse, it's not the parts I should be filming, and then when I don't set up a time lapse, it is the parts that I should be. I just wish there was like someone that could tell me. Anyways, that's it for this update. 4.75 stars. I enjoyed myself. Had a blast. I'm quite excited for the Veronica Roth. I read her. So I read the Divergent series when I was younger. And then she had that one series. I forget what the name was. What was the name? What's the name of that one? Be patient with me, please. Roth. Please tell me what you have written. Carve the Mark. That's the other one that I read. I don't remember what I thought about it. I think I was a little, I don't know. I don't think I liked it very much. Okay. I see you later, alligators.
Hey, hi, hello, what's up? So, as I said in the previous clips, probably, I have finished the Tainted Cup and I gave it 4.75 stars for obvious reason. Really enjoyed it. And now we are going to start Seek the Traitor's Son. It's been a minute since I read Veronica Roth's writing. I remember, so I read the whole Divergent trilogy. I think I've reread it a couple times. This was obviously when I was a teenager. I'm a 24-year-old teenage girl, guys. So this was obviously when I was a teenager, so I don't remember much, but I've since watched, I guess, breakdown videos in a sense, and video essays about it. It's just such an interesting thing to watch video essays about because there's so much. Anyways, we're not going to get into it, but I'd highly recommend just searching up Divergent video essays. Just people just doing deep dives and how and why it's positive, negatives, all that stuff. And I know that Veronica Roth has since grown as a writer. Totally get that. Totally know. That's beside the point. And then I read her other book. What was, oh my god, Carve the Mark, I think it was. And that was like, I think I read it before the sequel had come out, but I wasn't particularly wowed by the first book. And I think because I was still mad at her about the ending of Allegiant, like I was still so pissed. So it was in relative recent memory, I guess. Still so pissed. When did Carve the Mark come out? Because I think Carve the Mark came out when I was still in high school. The Mark came out in 2016. I was in high school. I was in grade 8, I think. Don't quote me on that. I think because I was 14, I was in grade 8-ish. But I don't think it really hit. And given that how recent Divergent was in my bookish memory, I guess, I was still pissed at her with the ending of Legion. But that's besides the point. I tried, what was her other book? There was another book that she had. Hold on. There's another one. When Among Crows. And I started that, and I don't think I finished it because I wasn't really vibing with it at the time. Again, Divergent was pretty recent in my memory at the time that I read. Although this one came out in 2024, but in terms of her other books, like, that was the most Divergent just sort of cannot detach itself from my brain. So I have such mixed thoughts about Divergent. I thought it was peak YA, obviously, when I read it, but when I read it, I was like a child. So don't take child's meat tastes with a grain of salt. Except for maybe Percy Jackson, because that still sticks to Langdon. Anyways, so I'm really excited about this. I don't know too much about it. I've heard the synopsis stuff, but I'm just hoping that this will also be a good one. And I'm going to put on an hour timer thing, whatever, and then I'm going to start reading. I don't know if I'm going to do a little time lapse or what, but that's that. It is 565 pages. Jesus Christ. I gotta lock in, y'all. I only have to do an hour of reading. So if I only have to do an hour of reading, this is gonna take me 3 days at least. We're gonna have 3 books in this video, maybe 4. Because the last book that I have is The Heart of the Naga. Maybe we can do 4. Because it's Monday and I'm gonna finish this on... No. So I started this crap. Hold on. when did I start this? I started this on the 17th, did I not? Oh, I guess it's gonna be $3. Yikes. Unless I extend it to another week now. We're not gonna do that. Anyways, I'm gonna set the timer and we're gonna read. That's how it is. I'm gonna face the laptop to you so that I'm gonna do the time lapse, guys. Time lapse is happening. I gotta get off my phone, so there it is. I will catch you in an hour with hopefully my thoughts on To Seek a Traitor's Son. See you in a little bit. How do I say this? I'm a little confused. I'm 50 pages in, and I'm not fully getting the entire picture of. There's a lot of words, there's a lot of characters being thrown around, and these words are used in a different sense than they would for the modern world, so to speak. So I'm a little confused. I'm intrigued, but a little confused. So I'm a little conflicted as to how I want to go about this. I have read, so as I said, 50 pages or so, roughly. And I like having it on the side. Although, I wish I could flip it and have it on, because then it's more comfortable to hold, but whatever. Besides the point. So, I have read 60 minus 43. So, 17, so about 20-ish minutes, right? We got to 50 pages. It's not too bad. I'm a little conflicted, as I said. I think I'm going to pause it for now. I'm going to continue it once I'm on the train, because I'm taking a later train, because I don't want to do the transfer. It's pretty chilly today, so I don't want to deal with the transfer and walking around and all that stuff. So I'm going to pause it here, and I'm just going to do some Substack stuff or something like that. So we're going to pause 50 pages in. I'm a little conflicted. Maybe if I find an audiobook version. I'm not going to be able to get the audiobook version, am I? It's not going to happen. Because considering how popular Veronica Roth is as an author, there's very small chance. Where is my Libby? There's a very small chance that I'll be able to get an audiobook for the book. I don't even see an audiobook option. Why didn't it pop up? Hello? But there's no way I'm getting it at any point. It says 14 weeks wait for 2 libraries and several months wait for one of them. That's a little redonkulous, actually. Ha 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 ha. This is gonna be fun. I guess I'll continue reading it, and maybe I'll figure something else out as far as audiobooks go. As I said, I'm a little conflicted right now. I don't know how to feel about it fully right now. I'm 4 chapters in, and I don't feel fully immersed in the story. And this is not, as I said, this isn't because of my feelings to her other books. I guess maybe 2% of it is because I can't fully detach myself from it, I think, because Divergent was such a big part of my childhood, my reading sort of life and experience speak. So I can't fully detach myself because it had such an impact. That's the word I was looking for. It had such an impact on me. But I don't want to give up just yet. So I'm going to give it maybe till page 150, give or take. I really don't do this. Maybe looking at the Goodreads reviews might help. And it's also part of the series. My God. Okay, I think reading these reviews might help me a little bit, just so I understand fully what I was going on, what exactly is going on. Apparently, the audiobook's really good. Bummer. God damn it. Okay, I'm not gonna read it right now. I'm gonna keep that tab open with the timer and stuff like that. I'm gonna read it later. But now that I've read a couple of reviews, I think I can fully absorb it now. I think I can fully absorb it now. So that is it for this little update, and I will see you in the next one.
Hey, so that was insane. We got stopped at one of the stations. The train just stopped. As it was about to pull in, it was halfway to the platform or whatever, front part. And there was an equipment issue and they weren't able to fix it. So we had to get off. We had to wait for the buses. Mind you, it's like 30 degrees outside. It's a rough time. And then we got on the bus. I had to stand the whole way and my legs are killing me. My legs, my back, my shoulders especially. It's not a good time, y'all. In hindsight, I could have taken off my backpack and just put it on the floor, but I didn't want to do that. So I have to figure out get to Subway. And I'm following the crowd. This is so different than last time I went through the bus terminal. I think I might have gone a slightly different way. I have to cross the street, I think. This is fun. I love Toronto, I swear. Good morning. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. This is preach, but I didn't read yesterday at all. I was going to on the way back because I took that late direct train again, but then I just didn't, and I got sucked into stuff about like Colleen Ballinger. It was so bad. I watched 3 2-hour-long videos. So anyways, and it was really packed, and I didn't want to read. But I will read today. I'm not gonna add 2 hours or whatever because that will make it even more stressful for me, and I don't want reading to ever be a stressful experience for myself. So that being said, though, I had such a crazy day yesterday. Basically, our train broke down outside one of the stations, and so we had to disembark. We had to get off and stuff, and we had to get to the buses, and then we stood on the bus for 45 minutes. Which would not recommend, by the way. But it was not a fun time. Just a heads up. Do I need this? You don't know when it's gonna rain in this damn country. So, also please don't mind the hair. I was too lazy to wash it yesterday, but I have to wash it tonight. So, anyways, as I said, I have read. It took me almost 3 hours to get to work yesterday, and then I got there 15 minutes before the start of my shift, I think. That was nuts. And then on the way back, an Uber driver tried to pull some shit, but I called him out on it. I'm safe, thankfully. But then I reported, which I, sometimes I feel bad doing, because for some, this is their only livelihood, especially in my town, because it's a rideshare situation. So everyone's, on it. And I don't want to say you can make bank, but you can make quite a bit. But anyways, that's a small update. I'm gonna go. But I did read yesterday, so unfortunately I don't have any updates. I will see you later.
The noise stopped just as I turned on my mic. Yay! Apologies if there's any noise after this. But so it turns out that the vlog is done because I only was planning on doing this for a week and then I forgot about what day it was. So I was a little stressed because I was like, oh my god, I didn't read. I did read. So here's a small rundown of what happened. I don't remember how many pages I read on Saturday. I don't think I read a lot. 170 something, I think. So not a lot. Read for 40 minutes. I think I did pretty well. I finished 2 books. I got quite a ways through To Seek a Traitor's Son on Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday I barely read. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. Let me tell you how far I got into The Secret Trade. 18%, which I don't think is terrible, which is page 106. So let's say that was it Monday, June 22nd, book To Seek a Traitor's Son. Started obviously on page 1-ish, page 106, and then total. I did read this in 2 chunks. Was what, 105 pages? 105 pages, I guess. Notes read in 2 chunks during the day and on the train. I think I did a pretty good job as far as keeping up with reading for an hour. I don't think I did terribly. Again, I finished 2 books, which is kind of crazy. You finish 2 books in a week. That sort of did well. I think I'm gonna continue doing this sort of 1 hour thing. Not have dedicated vlogs. I'll have dedicated vlogs for the hour thing because I think that's just the easiest one for me to do. It's a time thing. That's the easiest sort of aspect of a challenge for me to do rather than or whatever. I don't think I'm going to actively vlog it all the time. I just want it to be a consistent habit. Although again, Tuesday I did not read. I've been a little scattered. I haven't really been feeling well. I've just been a little scattered. But overall, pretty proud of myself for finishing 2 books. Both of them were fantastic. So just to recap, on the 17th, which is when we started, I started Sabriel, or rather I continued Sabriel. Yes, I continued Sabriel. And hold on a second. Okay, started Sabriel, or continued Sabriel rather. We started on page 67. I ended on page 192, which puts us at 125 pages. And the side note for that is I forgot to restart the timer. I probably read for technically an hour 15 because I paused it at some point, I think, because I was texting my friend, and then I think I forgot to unpause it a couple times. But anyways, so I read I think for a bit longer than the actual timer. Thursday, June 18th, I continued Sabriel. I started on page 192. I ended on page 331, meaning I finished the book. and I read a total of 139 pages, and I read for about an hour, 5 minutes, and I restarted the timer because I wanted to finish the book. I wasn't just going to leave, pages. And my rating for that was 5 stars. My first rating was 4.75 stars because this is a reread, but I really enjoyed it more this time around, and it still was like a little creepy. So there's that. On June 19th, I started the Tainted Cup. Obviously, started on page 1. I finished on page 117, which means I read 116 pages. And again, paused timer a few times. Not sure how long I actually read for. Probably a little longer than an hour because I paused it and I unpaused it. It's kind of a whole thing. I usually do those. There's this like rain video that actually blocks out like all the on the train and like all the. So yeah, on Saturday, I Tainted Cup. I started on page 117. I'm not sure where I stopped, so I don't know the total. Editing Mila will know the total. Editing Mila will tell you the total. So, and I read for 40 minutes because I was really tired. It was really late when I decided to finally do my hour. Like it was closer to 11 o'clock. I was so tired. I was like actively falling asleep on the couch. So, and I had 20 minutes left, hence why I only read for 40 minutes. And then on Sunday, I continued the Tainted Cup. Sorry, I forgot to put that in. Tainted Cup. I don't know when I started, but I did finish it. And I don't know what the total is. Editing will give you the total. And the side note is that I finished the book. And I gave it 4.75 stars. The only reason I realistically gave it 4.75 stars is literally because I've guessed the culprit. You have no video evidence. I have no video evidence for you that I guessed the culprit, but I guessed the culprit. I was just so into the book that I didn't want to take away from my like enjoyment of the book and the fact that I really was on like a roll reading it. That I pull out my camera because that just takes away from sort of having my phone, having to make sure that I look okay, that kind of stuff. It kind of like a little bit retracts from the general enjoyment of reading, which is I think a slight con when you're also filming on phone. Like it's such a sometimes, which is why I tried to sort of just one update day and then kind of call it a day. And as I said, 4.75 stars. I'm really enjoying it. When I think the second book has come out. I'm not sure. Shadow. Can someone send me pictures of like I need like pictures. Hold on. Let me see if Instagram will have pictures of people actually like the Tainted Cup fan art. Like, can you tell what little Leviathans look like? Because I don't think Tainted Cup fan art. Because I don't fully understood what the Leviathans look like. Because I was picturing like a Leviathan, one of the giant ass creatures. But like, I don't know if I Tainted Cup. Hold on. The Tainted Cup Leviathan art. Please tell me. Why is it being stupid? Hello? Why? What do you want? It's a, like... Okay, so what a Leviathan actually looks like. The whole time, I was thinking of, back on... I'm so for real with you guys. Especially with the walls and the breach and stuff like that. Like, I'm so so dead ass. So dead. Yeah, I don't know what a Leviathan's supposed to look like. Cool. I think my brain kind of did descriptions. I'm not saying I skip descriptions. Do not go into my comments and accuse me of skipping descriptions. Sometimes just the way that the person writes it, it just doesn't click in my brain fully. Which is why I sometimes need visuals. But if I ever publish a book, I want Tom Roberts to illustrate the cover. He does. His covers are something else. Like, I love his covers. They are truly something else. But yeah, anyways, yeah, I don't, there's like a specific of the Leviathan. I wish there was, because I don't think I fully understood the, yeah. Look at when the second book, when is the third book coming out? That's what I'm looking for. August 4th. Okay, I guess I gotta add that to like my list of the Drop of Corruption. When does a Drop of Corruption? Drop of Corruption was published on the 1st of April. Cool. Okay. Okay, cool. I don't even know how many books there are going to be. I really like this one. I don't know if I'm going to read his other stuff, but I really enjoyed like, you know, to read. Tagged as want to read. Are there any fan arts? Oh my god, someone said they pictured the kaiju from Pacific Rim. Oh my god, that's so dead ass. That's so actually real. That's so real. Wow. I didn't even think of that. I just picture them as like giant sea. It can kind of go onto whales. It can get onto land. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, I'm in the next book, but I have to read other books first. So I also have to hold back on not reading Saber Lyrial because man, I love that book so much. But no, that's not. But I gotta read the books first, guys. Read the other books first. Actually, To Seek a Traitor's Son got really good, but I don't think I'm going to talk about it too much in this vlog because I'm literally wrapping this up. But To Seek a Traitor's Son is such an interesting premise, and I think after I read a couple of the reviews and stuff like that and what people thought, I was definitely, because I wasn't sure about it at first, right? But I was definitely more intrigued once I read people's reviews, and that can go it's a little bit of a, you know, you're kind of nice when you do that because sometimes, because I try not to reviews sway my desire to read something a lot, but in this case I think I needed that little push, because of some of the I read on the reviews. I can't really tell you exactly what, but just the enthusiasm that people had for this book. And I think I'm still too divergent in a sense that, like, I'm almost distrusting Veronica with like her characters because of what she did to, you know, the divergent characters. The way that, you know, the book community has treated her and the way she's been treated overall by like readers around the world. I don't like the way that she's been treated by people around the world. So like I don't think on her at all. But yeah, so that's that. I washed my hair yesterday, so please clap. Thank you very much. We're very I'm just gonna wear my round glasses. Because I feel like some of these glasses, they make my nose look a little too big, but I think that's just like what part of my I'm on, because now my nose looks normal. Also, I posted my mid-year book freakout tag video. Emma from Emmy Reads commented, "Diabolical." My jaw dropped. Jaw dropped. Granted, I tagged her in the description of the video, if I remember correctly, but I didn't expect her to see it. Diabolical. I have 532 subscribers now. Oh my god. I am so, honestly, 532 subscribers. Oh my god. Diabolical. I mean, obviously I'm very happy, but oh my god, I'm just over the moon, actually. Um, Honestly, just absolutely over the moon. Just truly over the moon about, like, you know, getting some ones that, I'm not earning anything. And it's like, oh, copyright details. These are all like copyright free music. This is all copyright free music all of a sudden, but it's all copyright free music. So whatever. Okay, whatever. Like, it's all, I'm not even earning anything on this. But yeah, very, very got like noticed. This is actually crazy. Also, the book tag has gotten quite a few like comments and stuff. And it's community. But yeah, quite a comments. Very excited about. Very, very happy about. So that sort of boosts me a little bit. But yeah, I'm still kind of shook that like someone commented. Diabol, I'm truly shook. I'm shooketh. I'm telling you. Oh, my Odyssey and Iliad collection video has 62 views. Nice. Nice. My reading journal flip through has 140 views. Wow. My NetGalley video has 682 views. Wow. Cool. So I'm slowly growing after 4 years, 10 years. Rating every book I read in 2025 in one sentence has 313 views. It's definitely going up. My reading Clash of Kings vlog has 100 views. It's awesome. I mean, obviously it's not much, but something, you know. My changing custom wallpaper has 650 views. So that's fun. It's very fun. Very fun. My has 119 views. Yay! I love that. My Kindle versus Kobo 409 views. That's because I've been sharing it like left, right, and center. I've been sharing it everywhere. That's why it has so many views, because I've been sharing it, not because YouTube decided to all of a sudden be kind to me and put it on people's, explore page. Or Fantasy Beyond Europe has 233 views. My Slavic fantasy books, 178 views. So we're growing. What's my popular video? My most popular video continues to be my Percy Jackson playlist. It has 36,000 views. 36,000. My Annabeth Chase video barely hit, I think, over 100 at this point. My second best video is my Kobo Sage review that I did a year ago. Probably more than a year ago at this point. Like, was it actually a year ago? It was a bit ago. It was in 2024. But it's July, that's why it says a year ago. My third most popular, it has 2.3 thousand views. My third most popular, I think my second for a while, is my book talk reader ranks, 2.1 thousand views. My Required Presents verse video from 3 years ago has 981 views. Mind you, I have an updated one, but and as I said, my Nightgun has 682 views. My Kobo Hack one had 650 views. My A Korean Among Wolves video is 477 views. That's pretty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's my 7th most viewed video. And my Kindle Kobo video has 409 views. My most recent Rick Riordan Presents guide is 332 views. Mind you, I think I'm using the same books in the... Oh my god, shut up. I'm using the same books in the thumbnail. Hold on, Last Fallen Moon, what does that say? Moon. I'm using the same books. I mean, I haven't really updated my general, but it's so funny how I'm using like the same books in both thumbnails. Yeah. One of my oldest books for every level in French, like French books for every level, is 330 views. And I'm pretty proud of that actually. So that's fun. I've got a couple of study guides up here. My 40-minute study with me has 348 views, which is fun. My 45 study with me is 384 views. It's not like high up there, but it's up there. Anyways, I've been rambling for way too long, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching as usual. Like, comment, subscribe, do the bell thing. Now, let me know below if you would do this challenge. Let me know if you have any ideas for another challenge that I could do. Something easy, please. Not something that I'll get in over my but like I'd love to do a challenge, like a maybe wheel or something like not a spinner wheel, but something along, I don't do well, as you all may know. Who knows, maybe I will try to do TBRs like in the future. So yeah, let me know below. Follow me on all my socials, especially my Instagram. I'm more active on there, and I'm trying to get more active on TikTok, so follow me on my TikTok as well, and follow me on my Substack. You will be seeing quite a lot of posts from me on there. I will see you in the next one. As always, happy reading.